A lot of things happen in the second half of Perek 16, and it begins firstly by Moses setting up the rules for the trial by ordeal. This involved the 250 people plus Korach plus Aharon placing a ketoret-filled fire pan at the entrance to the Ohel Moed, and as with the medieval trial by ordeal, those who were guilty would die or suffer severe pain. Those who were innocent would escape the harmful consequences of the ordeal. Korach had an uncanny ability to stir up the masses, and virtually the entire camp assemble around the Ohel Moed to give Korach and his group moral support. In doing so, they became complicit in the rebellion against Moshe and Aharon, and for this reason, as in previous situations, God's anger flares. He instructs Moshe and Aaron to remove themselves from the vicinity because he intends to destroy the Eidah. Here the Eidah is not the 250 people, but all those who have come out in support of Korach. Hibadlu mitoch ha'edah hazot, says God. Separate yourselves from this Eidah. V'achale otam kiraga, for I am about to annihilate them in a second. Both Moshe and Aaron are mortified by this impending catastrophe and plead with God, noting the injustice of his plan. Ha'ish echad yecheta v'al kol ha'edah tiktzof. Will you express your anger over an entire group simply because one man sins? God accedes to their request, giving Moshe and Aaron time to convince the Eidah to disassociate themselves from Korach. The Eidah realized their mistake and realigned themselves with Moshe and Aharon. Datam and Abiram remain defiant, and to them he lays down the gauntlet that very shortly God will make known through a miraculous event that Moshe was acting at all times under instructions from Hashem. In the words of the Chumash text, B'zot tedu'un ki Hashem shalachani, something will happen that through this you will know that it was God who had sent me, la'asot et kol ha'ma'asim, to do all that needed to be done, and that kilo milibi, whatever was done was not without authority from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We are told that the earth opens up, swallows Korach and all his possessions, and shortly thereafter a fire descends and consumes the 250 people who had presented their fire pans with the special ketoret at the Ohel Moed. The Korach incident continues into the next Perek, Perek 17.